Zdravo, everyone. Welcome to that Eurovision site, Eurovision with a Slice of Life. My name is Rory, and we're ready for the last batch of Dora songs. Luckily now, we've listened to the other 16 and now this is the final 8 that we're going to be checking out. So I'm intrigued to see what we've got. Full disclosure, I've already listened to the other 16 songs. I haven't listened to these ones, so these will be my first genuine reactions to what we think of the songs that are going to be taking part in Croatia's national selection, Dora, this year. And yeah, let's just get started straight into it. So I'm quite interested in seeing what Dora has to offer this year. Obviously, with Croatia coming second last year with Rumtin things can be switched up a little bit, and I'm intrigued to see what they have on offer because last year they had quite a good number of songs that were in the selection, and I think a lot of people slept on Dora as a national final. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that this batch of songs will sort of keep up with this hype, because there are some songs that we've listened to in previous reaction videos that I actually enjoyed quite a lot. So I'm intrigued. I'm really looking forward. There's some big names that are in this block, so I'm looking forward to seeing what they bring to the table. So yeah, let's get started. This is the first national final song from Croatia that I'm going to be checking out in this video, and that is Matt Shaft with the song Welcome to the Circus. Very odd title, but I'm intrigued to see what they have on offer, because obviously, they're going to be trying a few different options, a few different genres that are going out here. So I'm optimistic. Hopefully this is pretty good. So let's see what's going on. Ooh, a little violin. Ooh, with already a little bit of a drum and bass beat. Kind of rock meets traditional. I'm not sure what, immediately I'm liking the visuals, but I'm kind of a little bit confused about why they're dressed as clowns. They all look like they'd have a barrel of laughs on a night out. In terms for the production, it's kind of a little distorted because the music is definitely taking center stage and the vocals are not properly mastered in with the rest of the show. So I'm a little bit kind of thrown by that. Especially within this chorus, it really could have been a lot wider with the production if it was just mastered a little bit better. But I kind of like what they're doing with this kind of rock fusion with traditional kind of feel. It's almost a little bit like Vis Minus, but just not as dramatic. Of course they're doing the... Is that allowed though? Because that is actually an orchestral piece. So is that within the public domain? There's some good ideas in here. I think if they just fine-tuned it in terms of the way that it was mastered, it really could have elevated this. Yeah, I think I did like that. Like I said, there was a lot of other elements that were in there that did make it appealing to watch, and a lot of things to just kind of draw your attention. I think just the main stumbling block was just the way that it was mastered and the way that it was mixed. I think if they kind of maybe spent an extra couple of hours just making sure they got all of the right levels on, especially in the chorus, that really could have just elevated it to a new level. But there are some really good elements within this that could really help it stand out on a Eurovision stage. Stage performance and lyrics wise, I'm a little bit nervous just because obviously there's some kind of shtick with those kinds of things. When you kind of write the lyrics that kind of fit your aesthetic, it kind of boxes you in a little bit. Talking about Scarlett here from Melody Festival, and if you know, you know. So yeah, it's a good start, but I want to see what else is available here. So the next song that we are going to be checking out is by Natalli, not Balmix. We're not talking about Natalie Balmix. And she is going to be singing her song Dom si srcu mom. Now, if I can remember, if I can brush up my somewhat okay Croatian, Dom si srcu mom is Home is my heart. Yeah, home is my heart, or in my heart, or something like that. I'm trying to learn Croatian at the minute. I'm not doing a very good job, so don't ask for, help with your Croatian exams, guys. Yeah, so I have no sort of idea on how this is gonna go, so I'm all ears. So yeah, let's have a little look. Emotional ballad to get us off. We'd have to have that. The first thing that it's kind of reminding me of is Valentina Moneta Maybe, San Marino 2014, in the sort of emotional feeling of it. And I'm not 100% sure if that's a good or a bad thing. All I know is that she is apologizing for something because she said a prosti. The music video is really good though. It's very dramatic and, it feels like it's telling you a story. Are we building up? Come on. Oh, keep going. Oh. I was wondering why did we not get the sort of the delay there? Why is she hanging out in the wheat though? You know what I mean? I'm a little confused. It is definitely a power ballad. I mean, her vocal performance is gorgeous. But does it have something to kind of make it stand out? It has some really nice endings, and like the melody of the piano is really, really nice, but it's just again, it has potential, but it's not realizing its full potential, And it's a very nice ballad, but it doesn't have a little thing just to make you kind of keep listening to it, It's very pleasant to listen to, I have to say. I can't say that, she's not giving me something that I don't want to listen to. I'm just a little bit concerned about how much this would stand out at a Eurovision context. Maybe she'd bring out something really interesting with the staging, but who are we to know with that at this stage anyway. So yeah, pleasant to listen to. I'm sure it would probably be really good on a sort of, what's the word, studio version, but as a live performance, I'm concerned. So we'll see. Hopefully, fingers crossed, she can pull it out of the bag, but we'll see. The next song that we're going to be checking out is by the artist Nipplepeople. Now, Nipplepeople are by far and away probably the biggest band out of the ones that we know here. I mean, also Marko Bošnjak is also very well known, and Magazine. But in terms for like really big names, like modern names, Nipplepeople are definitely up there. So I've listened to a few of their songs before. I really like the song Furka. That was really, really cool. So hopefully it's something along those lines, because I really, really enjoyed that song. And so yeah, not to say that I have high expectations, but come on. So we'll see. Yeah, so let's have a little look and see what they're singing. They're singing Znak, and yeah, let's have a look. Just before we start, they're giving a little epilepsy warning, so apologies in advance to anyone who is watching who's photosensitive. Yeah, so let's us see what Nipplepeople are showing us. So this is Znak. Immediately, this is so strong, like Nipplepeople. This is very similar to their normal sort of music. It's very electronic and it's very synthy, and I like that. Was that the chorus? It's interesting. I like hearing this. I think it will take a second for people to understand, I think. I mean, I'm bopping my head, so I mean, obviously this has to, this is a good sign. Oh, yeah. Hello. I mean, I'm having a good time with this. I can't say that I'm not. I'm a little worried about, the memorability of the melody, but I'm hoping that they'll pull this out the bag with staging. I kind of liked it. I mean, I would imagine so. It's definitely in the same vein as other songs from Nipplepeople. So at least they are still sort of staying true to their artistic vision, as they would be as a band. I'm a little bit worried about the like I said, the memorability of the chorus and like the melody, because a lot of it is kind of on the same line. There's not that much in terms of variation. I like the breakdown. The breakdown was definitely like one of the best bits. I think there's nothing bad with the way that the song's been produced. I think the instrumental is really, really good. My nervousness comes with the way that it's been performed. So I'm hoping that they could sort of maybe play around with the way like the melody's played, or the way that it's sung. You know, they're quiet in some places and then really loud in others, just to, or maybe even switch up the melody a little bit here and there. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that happens. Yeah, I really liked that. That was really good. I think that is the one that has the most potential to sort of stand out as well on a Eurovision context, because, you know, electronic synth music isn't really that popular most of the time when it comes to these selections. So if it did manage to get through, it definitely would stand out. Whether it would do well at Eurovision, I think it could, but it all comes down to staging. And these people, if you don't know, they don't really show their faces. They have a very low public profile. So I'd be intrigued to see how they're going to stage this. Like, how are they going to still be on stage? So let's see. But I'm optimistic, like I said. So the next song that we're going to be checking out is the song Die Die, which is not saying die die. It's like go go, or give me love, or give, you know. I think it's either go go or give. It's one of the two. And it's by Ogenj. Yeah, Ogenj. Again, no real kind of idea on who these people are, so I'm open to listening to see what they've got. So let's have a little look. It's a horse. Lad, do you want to maybe just like get a coat on? It's a bit cold outside. It's got a nice little kind of folky vibe to this. Like folk with a bit of rock in there. I like it. If anything, this is the biggest advertisement for like the agriculture and like the trade and the blacksmithery of Croatia. So know that, guys. Biggest tourism advert. It's a good song. Oh, children, look after yourselves. Run out of the way! You're gonna get run over by the horse. Yeah, it still has this kind of folky kind of vibe to it. I mean, I'm seeing accordions, I'm hearing electric guitars, I'm hearing drums, a little bit of like ukuleles or like dulcimers or something like that. I like this. It's got a nice little flow to it. And that little like trill with the dulcimer thing, it's really good actually. I think that's interesting because they have like this kind of motif going through the whole song, so you kind of remember it. It's got this kind of earworm effect to it. I think that's really cool. I like the way that it's been sort of like presented to us in terms of the music video. It's very much, I feel like maybe a 2025 version of Room Tim Taggy Dim, in the way that like the blending of the traditional but also with the rockin' style there. I feel like it's the closest thing to being Baby Lasagna that isn't Baby Lasagna, if you know what I mean. I think it could go off well on stage as well. I think it's got a good bit of energy to it, so that it'll like, people can like go off and they can have some fun on the stage. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that it goes really well. Fingers crossed. Let's go. I'm intrigued to see how that's going to play out. I think domestic people may like it less than international fans. I've obviously have not seen any hype for any of these songs yet, because I've been going in blind. But I'm open, and I'm really hoping that it works out well for them. Fingers crossed. Let's move on to the next song, and the next song that we're going to be checking out is by the artist Petar Brkljačić. Brkljačić. See, this is the problem. I don't understand Croatian. Petar Brkljačić. Brkljačić. Brkljačić, I'm going to say that. And he is performing his song Kraj. So I'm intrigued to see how this is going to sound because obviously, you know, we're on a bit of a roll with some good songs right now. So let's hope that it kind of gives us something to chew on, if you know what I mean. First thing I'm thinking of is the Traitors. Just the bell and this very dramatic opening. I don't even know if they know what the Traitors are. It's got a very nice voice. Very, like, honey. Could easily fit into, like, thick. A little bit of this beat coming through here. There's little kind of stings of traditional elements in here. Make it really pop. Like with the violins. And the way that he's performing it as well, like the vocal delivery. Oh, we're getting a key change. Okay, okay. It's very easy to listen to, I have to say. This could easily be in the, like, in a radio station, you know, like traditional or like modern. It's got some good elements that straddle both of those. Only 2 minutes 42 seconds as well. That seems pretty short. Maybe they could have done something extra with that to try and just like zhuzh it up a little bit. The music video didn't really give us that much to sort of think about in terms of the staging. I mean, it was very just static. He was just walking around a box and then all of a sudden it was just, that was it. In terms of the song, I think it was really good. I think the main thing is his voice. It sounds really like flowing. It sounds really smooth. You can tell that the production's been really thought about here. And this kind of modern trip hop kind of ballad with like drum and bass, or not drum and bass, but you know, like kind of electronic style percussion is all the rage right now, especially in Eurovision world, because Eurovision world is always like 2 or 3 years behind the normal world. I think it could work within a Eurovision context. I think though they would need to really think about the staging for this, because these kinds of songs don't really do well when they get to Eurovision. So I'm hoping they've thought about that and they've got some interesting plans for us, at least in terms of staging. Hopefully. I'm hoping for the best with this, because they have such great quality and such great potential in Croatia, and you can tell that they're really trying to capitalize on the like the second place that they had. So I can see it. It now just comes down to the delivery. So Petar, I'm hoping for the best for you. Really, really am. Let us move to the next song, which is the Supersonic trio with their song Animal. Now, again, it's a very interesting name and a very interesting title. So maybe they're going to give us something maybe a little bit more rocky, or maybe something a little bit more like ethnic, or, you know, maybe something with a little bit of bite to it. You know, no pun intended. Yeah, I have no sort of preconceptions, so I'm hoping for the best. Oh. I mean, it's definitely rock. I don't think I like the potentially AI music video. Not gonna lie, straight off the bat. It is definitely the rock though. The guitar riff is very nice. Everything else around it though, I'm not sure. I kind of want him to just sing a bit more. He's not really giving much, you know? Like, he's not giving this the power that this kind of song deserves, you know? Like, to me, this song is very much like Lord of the Lost, but if Lord of the Lost got lost even further than they already were. Which is saying something. Again, this guitar riff is probably the best thing about this song, because it kind of gives this kind of ominous feeling to it, but it's the only thing that really gives it a personality. Otherwise, I kind of am a little bit lost with it. Not to say that, you know, it wasn't absolutely horrendous. probably just not for my kind of taste. It just, I fear it would just really struggle on a Eurovision stage. I really don't think, we've moved past a lot of these kind of styles of people getting all dressed up in like, what was the name of that film? Where it's like not Hellfire or something like that. The guy who has like the big horns and he's like an anti-hero, not Mao, or Taylor Swift. But do you know what I mean? It's that kind of feeling. This was, yeah. I really just don't think people would respond to this in the way that they want it to. But I'm open to being proven wrong. So who knows? Yeah. At least they have a visual concept that they're happy with, and it looks like that they're fairly happy with because it was all very cohesive. But is it right for Eurovision? I'm not 100% sure. I want to say yes, but we'll see. 2 songs left in this batch of Dora songs that we're going to be checking out, and the next one is by the band Swingers with their song Ful Kul. Now, Swingers were one of the 2 acts to have been subbed into the competition following sort of disqualifications and withdrawals. So I'm intrigued to see, what HRT thought about this to maybe keep it as a reserve rather than to sort of have it in as a full-blown competing entry. And we've seen last year a reserve song has gone on to nearly win the whole competition, so maybe this could be a Eurovision winner. We'll find out once I hit play. So yeah, let us see what's going to happen with the Swingers. I mean, immediately the feeling is very like kind of those kind of ones the 60s kind of feel. The name game from American Horror Story. This is the first feeling for me. TikTok, Instagram. This is a rule break nightmare. Ful Kul. It's literally American Horror Story, the name game. The name game. It's literally that. That's not to say that I don't like what I'm hearing. Land Rover, oh my god. Okay. See, I like the soundscape for this. But I'm thinking of other songs that would maybe fall into this genre. Now, it's not exactly the same as Still in Love with You, but some kind of a swing thing. That didn't do very well. And that Estilal song from Birgit and Tanya, that didn't do very well in Estilal either. So I don't know if it's got a track record for probably not fitting within this kind of genre that people would like. But I like what I'm listening to. It's nice and pleasant. Like, it feels very positive. Cute. Oh my god. Yeah. Like I said, I think it's definitely going to have an uphill struggle because it's in a genre that people don't necessarily immediately respond to, especially in this sort of day and age, because swing is not as popular as it might have been maybe 20 or 30 years ago. But I kind of enjoyed it. Like I said, it is a little bit of a rule break nightmare for the EBU because it's got Instagram, TikTok, Land Rover, all these names, brand names that you usually cannot have in a Eurovision song. And it does sound a little bit like that name game song from American Horror Story Asylum. Please watch that series, it's so good. And also just Sarah Paulson in general, queen. She can do no wrong, genuinely. Yeah, I think it's nice to have in the competition, definitely for the sake of variety. Is it going to win? I doubt it, but at least they're getting their name out and they're getting a chance to actually perform the song the way that they want to now. So yeah, I'm glad for them that they managed to make it in. And maybe it might grow on me even more later on, but there's potential for me to like it, but just because it means that I like it doesn't mean that everyone else will like it. So yeah, I'm wishing them all the very best. Now, let us go on to the final song taking part in Dora 2024, and that is by the artist Teenah with her song Aurora. Now, I don't know much about Teenah or anything like that, but I love the sound of Aurora. Aurora is a beautiful name. Also check out Aurora the artist because she's really, really cool. So yeah, I'm hoping that this is a nice song to sort of end off this block that we're going to be checking out. So very dramatic. It's very like suspenseful, I think is the right word. She's got a very high voice, very fragile. Aurora Borealis, yeah, that's the word for the Northern Lights. Is she an opera singer? Oh. What is this? What is this beat? It's just coming in. Okay, where are we going with this? If they had this in a lot earlier, I think I'd be a lot more on board with it. Some English, okay. She needs to make sure she's getting these notes in a live performance because otherwise this could be a car crash. I don't really know what to make of that. I think it's very, like, it would be something that all of the elements there are things that I would like usually, but I would say that the whole is not as good as the sum of the parts. You know, if they had that kind of beat coming in maybe at the very beginning, then I think I could really get behind this a bit more, but I think it's just because it was a little bit detached at the beginning, so then when it kind of came in, it was a little bit confusing. Her voice is really good. I like the fact that she's doing all of this kind of feeling of kind of floating on air, very ethereal, this kind of feel. But she needs to make sure that she can hit those notes live because she's going to be struggling if not. So a lot is riding on this. It does feel very La Forza as well, I have to say. Elena Nechayeva, Estonia 2018. And I mean, she got like, what, 6th place in Lisbon? So it can work, but she needs to make sure that the staging is right and her vocal delivery is perfect. So there's a lot of elements that could cause it to go down, but if she manages to execute everything perfectly, I think she'd be in with a chance of like at least a very good position. Yeah, but will she get through? We'll find out, I guess, in due course. So that is my thoughts on the final 8 songs taking part in Dora 2025. I think overall, Dora has definitely stepped up in terms of its quality. I really liked Dora last year, and there are a good few songs in here that I am quite interested in. I think this is definitely a grower national selection compared to maybe a couple of years ago. But I think it has potential to do quite well. Some of my favorites that were in here, probably Nipplepeople and also Ogenj. Yeah, Ogenj. I think they were the two for me that really stood out. So will they do well when it comes to the actual performances? We will find out. But yeah, in the meantime, what do you think of my song reactions? You know, do you think I gave everyone a fair shot? Do you agree with my picks? Do you think I need to listen to some of the other songs again? Please do let us know what you think. Please do comment down below. I want to know what you guys are saying. It's a conversation that we're going on with here, so I cannot wait to see what you have on offer. In the meantime, please do continue to follow us on all of our social media. We are on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, Tumblr, and Blue Sky at That Euro Site. Also check out That Eurovision podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, no matter where you get your podcasts, we're there. Also, please subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out. Please give this a like and also hit the notification bell as well so you're notified when we get new videos out as well. And yeah, I can't wait to see what you guys think, what Croatia chooses as well. So it's all coming together. It's all exciting. So yes, see you soon.